Welcome back to the subreddit r/IDOworkherelady. Today I've picked out 3 stories that I'm sure you're going to love. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The time my mother nearly strangled a surgeon. When I was 16, they discovered a decent-sized benign bone cyst in my right femoral neck, also known as my hip. The cyst had eaten the bone, hollowing it out to a dangerous degree, and I needed surgery on it. I had the bone graft done, but it was very reluctant to heal. On one fateful September afternoon, 6 weeks after surgery number 1, I was going down the steps when it happened. 2 steps from the bottom, I slipped, fell, and heard a sickening crunch. That lovely September day happened to be Labor Day, i.e. a major national holiday in the US. The entire process of diagnosis, finding a surgeon, etc. took nearly 12 hours. That meant by the time we'd been transferred by ambulance to a hospital 45 minutes away for the surgery, it was 2 a.m. We were told waiting until the morning wasn't feasible, but don't worry, the orthopedic surgeon would be there any minute now. By this point, I was so far gone in pain, I was yelling incoherent things and attempting to claw at my neck and chest. I was also cycling through blackouts from the pain. It was hell on earth. My parents were holding me down when necessary, praying the surgeon would arrive soon and I could be knocked out. Into this whole mess came several people, all in hospital scrubs, dropping off tests and x-rays, writing notes and giving meds, etc. It was chaos. At which point, enter a scruffy-looking man stage left. This guy was barely 5'5", looked to be no older than 20, and was wearing a worn-out t-shirt, jeans, and dirty old gym shoes. He had exactly 0 identifiers on him. Without introducing himself to anyone, he grabs the x-rays, slaps them on the light board, flicked it on, then finally turned to address my parents. He said, "Let's look at these x-rays together, shall we, Mom and Dad?" Without waiting for an answer, random dude looks at the x-rays, turns back to face my parents, and then utters the now infamous line, "Oh, that looks bad." This was the point where my stressed mother, who's been quietly panicking her daughter could lose her leg, stressed from the 12 hours it took to reach this point, and beyond stress from holding me down when I hallucinated from the pain, snapped. My mother lunged toward the random dude, only being stopped by the gurney and me in between them, and hissed, "I'm gonna kill you!" The random guy jumped backwards and finally seemed to realize his mistake, holding his hands up in a placating manner. He said, "Oops, sorry, I'm your daughter's new surgeon. I swear I'm supposed to be here." Thankfully, my mother calmed down after that. The doctor turned out to be an amazing surgeon, and I still see him over 15 years later. But I'll never forget how my mom attempted to strangle him the minute they first met. I do work here. Go wash dishes. I managed 3 restaurants. I started as a dishwasher and worked my way up the totem pole. The owner recently retired and just pays the bills. The rest of the operations are on me. I joke around and say the chain of command is God, the owner, and me. Then there's everyone else. A year or 2 ago, a new shift manager had been hired. And when you run 3 restaurants, it's impossible to immediately meet every new employee. But anyway, I was in said restaurant sitting at my favorite booth. And I heard the new shift manager, who we'll call dumb manager, talking rather loudly. He was standing next to a server named Mary as she was trying to take an order. Now, this server has a slight learning disability, but she is highly functional and we all love her. Well, dumb manager was standing there in front of the customers saying things like, "You have to be patient, she's slow. I'm helping her as much as I can. Oh, look at you, your uniform is a mess. You need help. And you could get caught and hurt yourself. We wouldn't want you to do that, would we?" Basically, berating her. Mary then asked a customer to repeat their order. I leaned out of the booth I was sitting in and looked at her. She saw me and I put her finger to my lips to signal her not to say anything. Mary gave a slight nod indicating she saw me. I got out of my booth and walked around and into the kitchen. The cooks and dishwashers said, "Hello, Mr. H. Decided to pay us a visit?" I said, "Not right now." Tony is a cook and a good friend. He knew something was wrong right away as we usually exchange banter between each other. I said, Tony, do me a favor and tell dumb manager there's a phone call in the office, and tell Mary her order is up. I walked into the office, sat down, and waited. Dumb manager opens the door to come into the office, and I saw Mary. I told her I needed to talk to her next and to wait in the break room. Dumb manager looked at me in my street clothes, and the following conversation ensues. Look, payday is until Monday. No advances. I'm not here for my paycheck. Oh, you must be here for stock. No, I'm not here for stock either. Then why the hell are you in here if you don't work here? Oh, I work here all right. I'm your manager. I answer to the owner. At that moment, you could hear a penny drop. He says, oh, hi, Mr. H. It's a pleasure. Close the door now, I interrupted. I heard what you were saying and saw what you were doing to Mary. You call yourself a manager? How the hell did you get this job? Well, Mary is I quickly interrupt again and say, a sweetheart who doesn't deserve to be treated like that. Yes, she has a slight problem, but she's one of the best employees here and has more heart than you ever will. So, dumb manager, I'm going to give you 3 options. 1, I fire you. 2, you quit. 3, you take a demotion. It's your choice. Dumb manager says, how do I know you really work here? I picked up the phone and made a call to the owner. I said, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. Look, could you tell dumb manager who I am? He doesn't seem to believe me. Yeah, I know. Have a great day. I hand the phone to dumb manager and watch as the color drained from his face. He slowly handed the phone back to me. Now about those 3 options. Choose now or I'll decide for you, I said. I'll take the demotion, he said in a low voice. Good choice. Grab an apron and get on the dish tank. Dishes? You're making me a dishwasher? Yeah, I am. Do you honestly think I could put you in a position over others? If you work hard enough, I might make you a busboy. Dumb manager stormed out of the office and headed to the dish tank. The dishwashers who were back there were brutal. They considered dumb manager as a new hire. I remember starting out as a dishwasher and I had to do all the grunt work. Dumb manager was washing dishes and tried to give them orders, to which they sarcastically said, okay, boss, we got it. And that's when the snickering began. What? You actually believed me? We have more seniority over you. Now go get the garbage can and clean the filters in the dish tank. I called Mary in and asked her if she was okay. Mary broke down sobbing. She said, he does that to me all the time. He said if I told anyone, no one would believe me because I'm a No, you are not, I interrupted. Don't let anyone tell you that you are different. And don't ever let anyone make you feel less of a human. You are just as needed as everyone else. We're all your friends here and we love you, okay? A slight smile came to her face as she looked at me, nodding her head yes. Alright, now go clean yourself up and take the rest of the day off, I said. As Mary was cleaning herself up, there was a loud crash of dishes. Dumb manager screams, screw these dishes, screw you guys, screw this restaurant, screw everyone. I quit this job. Kiss my butt, every single one of you. Dumb manager stormed out, and I don't think he'll be returning. As I left, I walked past the dish tank, and the dishwashers were sweeping up the broken dishes and laughing hysterically. Just trying to help a customer while I'm on break. For those of you who haven't read my post before, I work in McDonald's as a dining area cleaner and have done so for about 4 years now. Every time I go on break, I normally put on a jacket, go for a smoke, then get some food from the store. This happened tonight about 7 hours ago as I couldn't post while I was working. It was an alright shift, and after a few hours of work, I went to take my break. I had my smoke, then came in to get my food. The store was pretty busy at this point, so I had to wait a short while for my coworkers to make it and hand it to me. I was wearing a black zip-up jumper over my uniform, which comes down to just below my belt line, covering up the McDonald's logo on my trousers. After about 5 minutes of waiting, I hear the woman standing next to me start to complain. Oh, I've been waiting over 30 minutes. Where's my food? And of course, being the nice guy I am, I offer to help her even though I'm on break. May I see your receipt, ma'am? What? No? Why would I show a stranger? It's not like you're one of these idiots that work here anyway." After hearing that, I felt myself smirk, and I couldn't help but chuckle slightly as I zipped down the top half of my jumper to show her my uniform underneath. "Yes, ma'am, because it's not like I'm on my break and willing to give up my free time to help you out rather than make sure I eat." At this point, she was flustered and started to stutter out a few words. I'm sorry. Could you please help me?" I chuckled again as right at that moment, one of my coworkers handed me my food. I said, "Sorry, ma'am, but like I said, I'm on break. Maybe ask one of my idiot coworkers if they can assist you. Have a nice day." Safe to say, I thoroughly enjoyed the rest of my break with a smile on my face. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about these stories in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.